My eyes still feel puffy from sobbing last night over the book I was reading. Alright, hello friends, and welcome to a new weekly vlog on my channel. Now you might be asking yourself, why are we having another weekly vlog? What has changed that made Kit think, let's have a weekly vlog? Honestly, I don't know. I was just kind of like, you know what, this next video, I'm going to make it a weekly vlog. I'm going to have you guys sit here and listen to all the things that I do in a week, rather than just the book that I'm reading or whatever else goes on. I keep going back and forth between wanting to do weekly vlogs and being able to show you all the little projects that I do throughout a week, and having like categorized vlogs where I tell you, you know, what book I'm reading or what I'm crocheting, or, you know, whatever the category of that vlog is. So congrats, you're getting a weekly vlog this week. Next week, who knows? Today is currently Tuesday. It is 11:47, and I am just about to start crocheting for the day. I have been working on a cardigan. I just have one last sleeve left to do until I am done. Well, the sleeve and then the place to like put the buttons. So I am working on that sleeve. This is as far as I've gotten, but it will be bigger. And I will show you the full cardigan later. I started putting it together, sewing it together, and I'm really liking the way that it looked. Looks, I guess. I wasn't 100% sure about it because this is a new to me pattern, and also it's oversized but also cropped. And I was just like, I'm not really sure, but I do think it's really cute on the person who made it, like the product photos basically. And I've been looking at it for a long time. It's been like years that it's been in my list of things to crochet, just kind of like, maybe I will. So I ended up deciding to start that. Also in this video, I'm going to be reading Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This dog just got out of bed, walked to the kitchen, walked back here, turned around, walked back to the kitchen. I don't know what she's doing. She's pacing. Onyx Storm is the third book in the Empyrean series, the one with the dragons. Yeah. And so I'm excited to get into that, but not until later today. Where are you walking? You getting your steps in? And then as well, video games wise, I don't, often record as I'm playing video games because I'm just recording myself on the computer. That seems weird. But later tonight, I do want to play some more games for my gaming channel. I want to try to come up with a second game that I'm going to be playing because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Reborn recently, and I don't dislike the game, but you know how like you keep doing the same things over and over again and you get a little bit tired of doing the same things over and over again? Feeling a little bit tired with Pokemon Reborn right now. And I just have not figured out what game that I want to play alongside Pokemon Reborn. There's so many options that I can't choose. So we will figure that out later today. But otherwise, I think that's all that I need to say in order. Are you okay? Mentally? I think that's all that I need to say in order to start this video, so I'm gonna get to crocheting the rest of this sleeve. Probably won't finish it today, but we'll get as far as we possibly can, and then continue on with the rest of our week. So here's a little description of how my day has gone so far. It is currently 1:26, so it's only been like a couple of hours since I started this video. I woke up at, I can't remember if it was like closer to 10:30 or closer to 11, but regardless, somewhere around in that area. Made breakfast, which you saw me making coffee, and then started the video when I started it. I've been sitting here crocheting, and I just took my dog out to the back because we have like a doggy door back there, but she doesn't really know how to use the doggy door. She's too scared for it. And at this point, she probably should know how to use the doggy door, but she's just not getting it, so I don't know what else to do. Like, she knows how to use it. She doesn't know that she has the possibility of using it without asking for permission to go outside. And I don't know how to teach her that, so it's just, okay, fine, every so often I'll get up and I'll throw you outside. Anyway, I threw her outside and she wanted to sunbathe, but I was like, I'm falling asleep. Like, I feel really tired, and I'm scared if I leave you out here, I'm gonna forget about you. It's going to be hours, and you're gonna be a hot dog. You know, because they're dachshunds, so. So instead, I open the front door, and I'm just letting them run wherever they want. If they want to go pee, they know where to pee. If they want to go play, that's over on this side. Meanwhile, I could lay down if I wanted to, fall asleep, and they'd be fine. They can take care of themselves. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's 1:30. You've been awake for like 2 hours. But I feel so tired, and I don't know if it's because, like, last night I went to bed a little bit early because I was sobbing, and that made me really tired. I don't know if it's still, like, tiredness from that or what, but I'm like, I've drank about half of my coffee. I usually don't at this point. This is usually an all-day cup of coffee, and I'm already halfway through it. I've only been sitting here for 2 hours, like I said, and I'm just tired. Okay, so every single time that I record videos for the gaming, I have to put my bangs up in a little, like, hair clip like this so that they can see my eyebrows. But then I always do it when my hair is wet, and so my bangs look weird when I finally take them out of the hair clip. Anyway, so I recorded some games tonight. Also, by the way, it's currently 2:30 in the morning, so you know. And I'm annoyed with myself because the last time that I recorded games, I had this weird microphone issue that I couldn't figure out. I ended up going and, like, undoing all of my filters on my microphone, which isn't, like, filters that makes my voice sound different, but, like, turns up the volume of it, turns down the, like, noise around me volume, so it's just my voice rather than, I don't know, a door in the rest of my house or something. And every single thing that I did, it just kept breaking up. Like, I'd be talking, but my voice would go out, and, you know, I could not figure it out. And so I had a whole recording that was like that, and I was like, man, I really need to figure this out eventually. Like, it ended up fixing itself through a BIOS update, so I don't understand that one. But anyway, tonight I was recording video game, and I'm like, let me listen to it, like, as I am switching it over to my, thought it was right there, my hard drive. I was like, let me listen to it while I'm waiting for this to transfer over. So I listened to it, and I realized there's 3 audio tracks. I don't know why there's 3, there should only be 2. Every single last one of those audio tracks has the game volume going. So it's 3 times louder than it's supposed to be. And then also, it's supposed to be split so that my voice is on one audio track and the game audio is on a separate audio track, so I can raise and lower the volume independently of each other. But because the game volume is on every single audio track, now I can't do that. And it's also a little bit louder than it should be, so I'm hoping tomorrow when I edit that video, it turns out okay. I was messing with it a little bit, and I think that I can get like noise reduction filters to work, but it's not ideal. And I'm really hoping that if I just listen to it again tomorrow, and I can see something out of the corner of my eye, but I can't tell if it's actually on my face or what. Like, I just see it on my glasses, maybe? I'm hoping that tomorrow when I listen to it and I edit the video, it sounds okay, and I don't have to do too much, but really upsetting. And that one's entirely my fault. I just had things messed up, but it's still just like... it'll be okay. Okay, it is a new day, and I figured that you and I can have a discussion as I'm walking down into the living room, because we have some things to talk about. Also, here's your stand in my other hand. I'm going down the stairs, so it's going to be dark. So I edited that video that I recorded last night, and it sounds fine, just as long as I take out the 2 other tracks, which is good. We hoped for that. You know, it's on my gaming computer, and all the settings are mostly fixed for that anyway, so it shouldn't have been too big of a problem. But when you figure out a problem and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, you're like, ah, shit, this is going to be like a big thing for tomorrow. And it's not really. It only took me about like 5 minutes to edit it and make it sound good. And now that video is exporting, it should take around 30 minutes. And then I can edit that into the individual episodes for the other gaming channel. I have one that's just the unedited recordings, and then I have one that's edited episodes from those recordings. So, anyway, I haven't even had breakfast yet, so I'm going to do that while I wait for this. It has 8 minutes left, then I'm going to start my day. Okay, so I just finished editing the, edited episode of everything that I recorded last night. Also, this is taking me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It's currently 2:30. I'm going to spend all day on this. But in the game that I'm playing, I am doing these, little mini missions, basically. And I did 3 of them in this recording. Each episode, I'm trying to get to be around 30 minutes, just to make it easy to watch, little bite-sized episodes. And then if you want to see the full thing of me getting lost, me trying to figure out the puzzles behind the scenes, all of that, you can watch the full recording unedited, So I'm at this point now, I have about 23 minutes in this episode, and I start a new mission. And this next mission's kind of a big one, both in plot and also it takes a hot second, I'd say. So I'm debating whether I should cut this one here and just have this episode be 23 minutes long, or if I should add 7 minutes of the next mission. But then also simultaneously, for just keeping the stories of these small missions together, it makes more sense for them to be in individual episodes. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I wanted to have a little discussion with, I guess, you guys. Okay, so this is my vlog channel, and this is my gaming channel that I'm talking about. They're technically 2 separate audiences, but if you watch the gaming channel, and you like to know the behind the scenes of that, and you're interested, I'm telling you, in my vlog channel, that I am specifically making this episode in particular, which is episode 106 of Pokemon Reborn, to be 23 minutes long, because I want to keep everything that was in that mission together and not split the next mission in half. Cool. Also, I'm starving and I need lunch, but that's a whole separate personal matter. So I did the math, and in order to finish reading this book in time for me to bring it back to the library, because I've had it for a little bit and I haven't started it yet, I need to read 67 pages a day, which isn't terrible, you know. It's a like 530-ish page book. That's me rounding, but you know, 530 pages, like, that's not bad. The past couple of books I've been reading are like 800 pages. I can do this, right? So I decided I'd spend some time tonight getting as far as I can into this book. You can barely even see my bookmark. That's how close I am to the beginning. I'm on page 47 right now, and I'm already like, I don't know about this one. I don't know if I'm just currently right now not in the right headspace for this, if I need to bring it back to the library and then in a couple of months grab it again, or what. But right now I'm just like, I'm reading this. It's I won't tell you any spoilers about what happened at the end of book 2 because it was something big, but like, we are going back to the plot point of like the writers and the flyers. Let me back it up in case you don't know this series. Divergent, but with dragons, right? But then also there's a whole other like country where it's Divergent but griffins. And the griffin flyers and the dragon riders don't like each other. I don't know, because they're racist against what they fly. Like, the dragons don't like griffins, the griffins don't like dragons, and it's this whole thing. But the book previous to this was all about, like, the riders and the flyers. Well, not all about, but, you know, there was a big insistence on the flyers and the riders getting along, like learning to get along with each other and learning how to be a team. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. This book, I'm 47 pages in, and I'm in a scene right now where they're fighting each other again. Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's still, because the writers who were in the previous book are like, no, the flyers are cool, guys, I promise you. But all the other writers who weren't in the previous book are like, no, we hate flyers, rah. I thought we finished this already. Plus also the whole, like, you guys left us to go have your own little adventure and now we don't trust you anymore. Like, it's so dramatic for no reason. I'm like, because I like this series and I genuinely want to know what happens next to our main character who had something big happen at the end of the last book. But simultaneously, I'm like, do I really? Also, can we talk about the margins in this book? Because I've never seen a book have this close of margins before. There's like half an inch on the side and then in the middle. Half an inch? Yeah, about half an inch. Like, that's crazy. They really went and they put every single word that they possibly could on these pages. I've never seen it be this close in a book in my life. Okay, so I have not recorded anything today, and I wanted to give you a little summary. One, I was running an experiment, kind of, after I got out of the shower, because if there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that I hate brushing my hair. I can't stand it. But I always worry that if I don't brush my hair, my bangs are going to look weird. So I was running an experiment to see whether or not that had anything to do with it. And I do think that at the very least I need to brush out my bangs because it was like parted right here. But that's also kind of where my hair naturally parts. So not much that I could do about that. But the rest of the hair, like, don't need a brush. It was fine. So I'm at least happy about that. I like to keep it at a length where it doesn't really get knots. I find that at a certain length, if I don't brush it, it's okay because it won't get knots. But if it's any longer, then it will get knots. And we are getting a little bit close to that longer length, but I need to get a haircut anyway. It's just a matter of when can I go and get a haircut. Other thing to note, this is a bad angle for this. I finished my sweater cardigan thing that I was making. The only thing that I need to do is get buttons for the buttonholes here, but I did order them. They're coming Saturday, so in like 2 days, and I couldn't tell what size buttons I needed until I finished it, so we're all good there. But if you want a little look into what it looks like with me sitting down, because I don't know, I'm lazy, it looks like this-ish, a little bit oversized. You can mostly tell in the sleeve section, and then if you look, this is gonna be weird, down here, it is slightly cropped, so it sits at your waistband if you wear like low-rise things like I do. So, you know, a good sized sweater, it would close like this, again, if I had the buttons. But I do not right now, so it just stays open. I still need to do a few other things, like cut the strings off and stuff, but it is very warm. I really like the way that it looks. I'm going to add them to my store eventually. I'm going to take pictures of this, you know, add it to the store. I want to do, you know, multiple sizes, multiple color options, and have that available. So, excited for that. Now I really need to start working on my 150 item order that I'm not the most excited for, but you know, sales are sales, and I do in fact have to make things when people buy them, so I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like it's 150 of the exact same item over and over again, and you get a little tired after a while. But another thing that I'm doing right now, I keep getting these ads online for Book of the Month Club, which I used to be a member of, and then I had decided a few years ago that I didn't like the way that they did their books. Hold on, I have one, so like I can show you. I actually have a couple, but I grabbed this one. So this is Ink in the Blood by Kim Smejkal. I could have sworn there was an initial, like it was Kim initial Smejkal, but I guess not. And so with this book, you can see, it's kind of a dark book. Maybe this was a bad book to bring up. There is a box at the top here that says BOTMC for Book of the Month Club. As well, it is on the corner here, and then on the back, this little heart that tells you that this was the Book of the Month Club pick in February of 2020, which sounds about right. I think I joined in 2020, so it's been a few years. As well, when you get them naked, very slowly, it's strip-teased you, because these books are printed specifically for Book of the Month Club, and I think by Book of the Month Club, but I'm not 100% sure. Same thing with the naked hardcover. There is a BOTM logo here, and then I think that's it, besides just the logo here and telling you that it was the pick for February of 2020. And when I was originally a member in 2020, I was kind of annoyed by all of this branding that they have on their books. I'm going to be putting the cover on, so if you hear this rustling, it's because I'm doing that. I was annoyed with all of the branding that they do in their books. I was kind of like, I just want the book. You know, I don't want it to scream to everybody where I bought it. I just want the book. And so I ended up not continuing my subscription. But recently I've been getting some ads for them, and they're not well targeted ads because they keep advertising the horror selection of this month to me. I don't like horror. I don't read horror. I don't know why you chose horror for me. But I've been thinking about it because Book of the Month Club has, you get one book a month for $17, I think their subscription is. Hardcover books these days are like $30, so that's half the price here. If we look at Onyx Storm, my library book that I'm reading right now, this sells for $30. So that's half the price for a Book of the Month Club book. As well, they also have that if you want to add another book, because they give you some options. I think it's like 5 or 6 picks that you can choose for the month, and then depending on what genre that you like, you can, choose from those. If you like multiple books, you can get multiple books. The first one will be for your normal $18 subscription, and every book after that will be $12. They all just add it in the same box and ship it to you at the same time. So, again, if you're getting multiple books for $12 versus $30, it's a lot cheaper. You do have to deal with the branding. But recently I've been like, I think that the branding is a good deal in comparison to paying extra for the normal book, or I guess the normal price for the normal book, not really extra. Plus they have a deal right now that new members get their first book for like $5, and I think it's been long enough that they won't remember that I was a member, so And then as I was looking into it a little bit more and seeing, because I think they've raised their prices a little bit since I was a member, which understandable, But while I was looking into it, I saw a lot of people really recommending another Book of the Month Club sort of thing called Aardvark. Never heard of it before. But it was literally instances where nobody's talking about Aardvark, and somebody comes in to say, like, oh, I also like Aardvark, it's really similar, and other people agreeing. And when I say that also, like, not in a bot way of, like, I'm going to hijack what you're saying to talk about this other service, but like it sounded legitimate, like people actually saying that they liked the service. That makes sense. So I thought that I would check them out too. They currently have a deal that you can get your first book for $4, and I think their books are also $1 cheaper than the subscription for this one. So instead of $17, $18, it's $16, $17. So I am about to go order a box from both of them. I want to try Aardvark, see whether or not I like it, but Book of the Month Club, I think I'm definitely going to restart my subscription, because like I said, it's like half the price of a book. The only downside is they have their marketing all over the book itself, and also you don't get like whatever book you want. They have a selection of like 5 or 6 books that they pick. But then another thing is too that I forgot to mention is that you can skip a month and you don't have to pay. So if you see the selection and you're like, I'm not interested in any of those, it's really easy to just tell them I want to skip this month. It's literally just like a button. I'm skipping this month. And then like you have to pay for that month, but then you don't pay for next month because you skipped the previous month, if that makes sense. And I think that option to be able to skip a month if you're not feeling any of the books is really good, you know? Plus also the whole, like, finding new books that you wouldn't necessarily think about picking up. They're literally, like, new books. Like, they are either publishing that month or, like, they might do it, like, a month early of publication. So anyway, all that being said, I'm about to go and order a couple of boxes, try out Aardvark, resubscribe to Book of the Month. I don't think that you'd see when I receive those boxes in this video, because I doubt they're going to be here by Tuesday when I end this vlog, but for reference, today is Thursday. But just let you know, maybe it's in the next vlog or something. Okay, update. I did the Book of the Month one already, added my box, whatever, all good to go. I forgot that I was going to check and see what other add-ons they had before I did the box. So, that's unfortunate. I already, like, checked out and it's shipping and stuff, so whatever, but we can look into it next month if I really want to. Though they do say online that you should wait to do add-ons until you've done 3 boxes, because at that point, Book of the Month Club has, like, membership tiers, basically, depending on how long you've been a member. So you're just, like, normal, you don't have a title for the first 3 boxes, and then you become a friend. And part of the, like, good things for being friends is that you get add-on books for cheaper. So people online do say that, like, you shouldn't do add-on books until you're friends. But, like, I wanted to look at them and I completely forgot. So, but I am currently at the checkout screen for Aardvark because I wanted to try them. And one thing that kind of confused me, I did do an add-on for this one, because from what I can see, they don't do the same thing. All add-ons are $10, and that's okay. So I did an add-on for this one, and then at the bottom in, you know, tiny text, it says, by placing this order, you also activate your membership with a monthly payment of $19.25. And I was like, oh, that's weird, because the membership is $18. So why would this say that my monthly payment for the membership would be $19.25? You know? So I looked it up, and supposedly that's including tax, which I guess makes sense. But, like, I mean, kind of weird, but I also kind of get it. Book of the Month Club doesn't do the tax, but actually let me look and see, because a whole $1.25 for tax. No, they're right. Tax would be $1.25. Huh. Math is incredible. So yeah, that's just the price of it would be normally plus tax. But so my Book of the Month box was $5.35. My Aardvark box, because I'm adding another book with it, is $14.97. A little bit of a price discrepancy there, but I am getting an extra book, so. And it's one that I've read. It's Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. I've read a Maisie Eddings before and I really liked it. So I'm interested in seeing how this one goes. Anyway, I guess I'll add a payment method. In other news, though, I was just editing the vlog for a few weeks ago at this point. I'm so behind on doing vlog stuff. And the one where I was reading the rest of the books that I didn't read while I was at my dad's, one of which was Iron Flame, the book before this one. And I had this same problem that I'm currently having right now in this book, in that I wasn't really feeling it until I got further into the story. And I thought that the reason for that was because the beginning of that book wasn't focused on the War College, and I wanted the book, the series in general, to be a little bit more focused on the college, because once we got to the college sections, it really felt like I had a sudden enjoyment for it, like I was really having fun with that story. But with me not enjoying this one, because we are in the college now, so that can't be the reason why I'm not enjoying this one in particular. I think it's just the beginning of these books feels so slow as we're like setting up what the book is going to be about. I'm also feeling with this one in particular, and I think I said this before in this video, but I'm going to say it again because I love repeating myself. I am feeling like I'm just reading the same conflicts over and over again with different people. There's a lot about our main character having like an enemy in the college, or somebody who works for the college who doesn't really like her, and like threatening her with like bodily harm and sometimes death just because they don't like her. And so this being like the third book in a row where that happens, it's just like, can we get over this? You know, one of the things that I was most excited about in this book was, what are we going to do after the events at the end of the last book? Because something really big happened, and I wanted to know how that was going to change the characters, you know? And reading this book, it hasn't changed anything at all. Like, there have been a couple of smaller changes here and there, but otherwise, like, this was a big, like, world-ending, earth-shattering, not really, but, you know, it was huge. It's going to completely change the way that they live their lives. And then you open this book and nothing has changed at all. So far this book is feeling a little bit like a letdown, and I'm debating putting it down and not reading it. I don't want to, because I want to like this series, but I feel like the further and further I get into it, the less and less I care. I might read a little bit more, I'll sit on it, but I am honestly thinking that tomorrow I'm just going to pick up a new book and read something else. Maybe even later tonight, I don't know, but it's almost 1 a.m. It's like 12:30. So I can't get too far into reading, but I'm debating. I just saw a wasp outside just as I was about to hit record. And I was like kind of freaking out because the door's open, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get inside, but it's on the other side of the screen, so we're good. It's out forever. So I have a few updates to tell you. Last night, on the subject of Onyx Storm, I was looking up on Goodreads for some reviews of it, because I was like, I'm not really feeling this. It feels a lot similar to the other couple of books where it's just like the same plot over and over again. So I was looking to see what other people were thinking of the book, and I found this one review in particular where she spoiled the end of the book to me, which is, you know, kind of terrible. But also it was kind of helpful because she was basically saying that the cliffhanger that happened at the end of the last book is the same cliffhanger that happens at the end of this book. And I don't want to tell you anything about it because, like, you know, spoilers, but that was the whole reason why I wanted to read this book, was to figure out, like, what happens next. And the answer is apparently nothing. Like, life just goes on and then it happens again. Like, that paired with the sameness of, like, every single book, the main character gets into, like, a fight where somebody wants to kill her in the school, and the only difference is their job title. Like, she goes through the ranks each year, but then also the person who wants to kill her, the people who want to kill her, get a higher and higher rank. But it's still pretty much like the same thing. They want to kill her because they don't like her. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to read this. I honestly don't care. So I put that down today. I was crocheting little heads for eagles eventually. That's my 150 eagle order. Worked on it for a little bit, but now I'm tired, and I also forgot my camera upstairs. I was like, that's a problem for future me. You will see me work on these eagles. I have 150 of them to do, and I've done 18 of them right now. Like, you will see me do the eagles, but I'm tired right now, so instead I went upstairs, I grabbed my camera, and I grabbed the next book that I'm going to be reading. This is a reread. It's one of the books that was on my shelf, and I remember liking it, but I can't remember anything about it. So that doesn't bode well for it. I'm currently 22 pages into it, and so far it's just been setting up. I know these two characters are going to meet, or they're going to exchange phone numbers in some way. But it's just basically setting up their lives. We had one chapter from the female character's point of view where she is going off to college and she's happy about it because she wants to get away from her life. And then we had one chapter from the male main character's point of view where he works and lives in a coffee shop. Like, he just has a mattress in the back that he sleeps on. That's it. That's all that he owns. He's really into baking, and I think he's about to get back with his ex-girlfriend who cheated on him. I remember this book was really dark, which is kind of surprising because it's a pink cover, but I otherwise don't remember a lot more about it. I'm not fully in love with the writing style so far. It's a little bit... we just said that I remember this book being a little darker. It's a little bit depressing and a little too YA for me, so we will see how it goes. But it's one of the books that I'm either going to keep it on my shelf or I'm going to cull it and get rid of it, so it doesn't matter to me whether or not I end up liking it, because it was in my pile of books that I'm possibly culling to begin with. And I need to listen, I need to cull some books. There's a lot of books on that shelf. I need to get rid of some, so it won't make me sad if I end up not liking this book again. But it's all the updates that I have for you. I'm gonna get to reading. I'm gonna charge my camera because it's at 10%. Go me. Okay, I'm still waiting for my hair to dry, so suffer, I'm bald. Oh, I should also tell you an update about that book that I was reading earlier, Emergency Contact, because I did end up deciding that I was going to put it in my stack of books that I'm going to be getting rid of, rather than put it back on my bookshelf. Like I was saying before, the writing style was just a little bit too juvenile for me, as I am right now. A few years ago, I probably, would have liked it, but a little bit too YA for me as a 27-year-old. But that's not necessarily anything bad with the book. It's just I've grown out of that kind of story. So I put it in the get rid of pile. I also downloaded... I used to have this app on my phone called Pango Books, where I would buy a couple of books because I'm me and I can't stop buying books. But then I would also sell some of the books that I no longer wanted. And so I downloaded it onto my phone. I just haven't put up those books yet. But I have a good stack back there. So Speaking of my phone, it's charging. I have like 11 minutes left until it's done charging, so waiting for that. But right now I'm struggling because it is currently 9 p.m. It's 9:03 p.m. and I've been so excited all day to play more Pokemon Reborn. It's the game that I'm currently playing on my gaming channel. I'm really liking it. I'm just really in a Pokemon mood in general. Earlier today, I was watching somebody's Soul Link. I was watching the Ray and Shenpai Soul Link. And so I had like that on my mind, plus also me playing Pokemon Reborn. I'm just really in the mood for Pokemon. I'm even thinking about like possibly going through and playing all of the actual Pokemon games on the channel. Like I'm in a Pokemon mood right now. So I've been really excited to have the time tonight to get onto my computer and start playing Pokemon. But I have been thinking for the last couple of minutes about these eagles that I need to make, the 150 eagle order that I need to make. And I'm a little stressed about it right now. I'm like, listen, would it be so much fun if I played Pokemon right now? Yes, absolutely. But I need to make 150 eagles. Like, I got an order for 150 eagles. I gave them a certain time frame that it needs to be done. Was I incorrect in that time frame and I should have added a little extra time on that? Yeah, absolutely. I will not be able to make 150 eagles in 1.5 months. I should have said like 2 or 3, but I gotta get this done. I'm just feeling really stressed about it right now. I have 20 of them. 20 heads, not even like the bodies or anything, out of 150. So I think that I'm going to work on that tonight. I have my laptop, you can just barely see it right here, set up to like watch something, I don't know, maybe a Pokemon playthrough while I am crocheting to give me something to do with my mind, because the crochet is such a mindless activity. The mind don't do nothing. It's just the hands that are working. But yeah, I'm just really stressing out about it right now, so I'm gonna work on that. I also wanted to say, even though I packed it up already and put it in a box, so I can't show you any of them, I have a picture. I'll put it here if I remember. My friend's birthday is coming up. She constantly loses her bookmarks. Like, constantly. So I thought it'd be really funny if I made them bookmarks for their birthday. And I made a few different designs that she likes. You know, just trying to come up with things that's like kind of fun, kind of cool. So I packed all those up and I need to send them out. Their birthday's in 3 days. And I'm not going to be sending it out tomorrow because there's a problem with... Okay, so my mother has a website similar to how I do, where she sells like woodworking things. I crochet. She works with wood. Congrats. I'm buying these bookmarks from her, even though we both made them, you know? Just to kind of like... You know, because they're her bookmarks, right? But then also, shipping is cheaper if I buy through her versus me taking it to the post office and shipping it out myself. She gets a discount. We both get like a 60% off discount on shipping things, so I am using her for discount. But there's something wrong with her store. I was trying to figure it out and I had no idea, so she has to call customer service to like where we host our stores and see what the issue is. Something where like looking in her settings, they all look correct, but for some reason like none of the shipping works. It all just says that like it cannot ship to that address. I can't figure it out. So I will have to wait until tomorrow-ish for her to contact customer support get that all figured out, and then I can send it out. So I highly doubt that my friend is getting it for their birthday. But when she does, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get the text message that's like, kid. I can't wait to get yelled at. Listen, I put a lot of time and effort into it. I made them look pretty. Are they also kind of a joke? Yeah. Speaking of, it's been like 5 minutes since the last time that we talked. No, my hair still is not fully dry yet. I don't even know where my bangs are up here. Anyway, I was trying to figure out... I can fix them. Hold on. I was trying to figure out, like, who would have a good Pokemon playthrough. I don't even care what game it is. I'm just in the mood for Pokemon. And it just popped into my head. I was like, oh my god. Voltsy never lets me down with how many Pokemon playthroughs that he has. Because his channel is pretty much entirely Pokemon playthroughs. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with his Pokemon playthroughs because he's not somebody who wants to complete the Pokedex, and I am a Pokedex completer first before I am a human, an actual person. Like, I need to catch them all. You don't understand, that's the point of the game for me. Whereas he's more like, hey, here's a ROM hack, or here's a fan game or something, let's play through the story. Understandable. So every so often I'll be like, man, I'm really in the mood for Pokemon, or just watching one of his videos in general. And so I go and I watch one, and then I get annoyed because he's not catching all the Pokemon. And then I leave. It's a vicious cycle. I'm on his channel right now, and I'm like, ooh, okay. There is one episode that he just uploaded that's like episode 1 in a series. But I'm like, do I want to watch that because it's like the first episode and there isn't a second episode? Or do I want to go back a little bit further and watch a series that has recently been done? There is one that I see, Pokemon DK, that is like just got finished about a week ago that he did. I'm kind of intrigued. Will I probably watch all the ones that look good though too, because he often does like multiple different series at the same time? Maybe. Probably. I'll be here for a while, just watching these, but like I said, I'm really just stressed about these eagles, so I want to work on them tonight, and I'll watch some Pokemon instead. I'll live vicariously through Hero Voltsy. He's also, by the way, I just reminded myself of this, I stole my thumbnail style from him for my gaming videos, so he always has the logo of the game that he's playing. He has EP for episode, and then he has the episode number in a different color. And from the very first time that I did a Pokemon playthrough, which again was my Pokemon Reborn playthrough, but it's been like 2 years that I've been playing this damn game, I had made my first thumbnail for that series really similar to the way that he does thumbnails. To be fair, he does them a lot better than I do. He doesn't have like his face, or he's a VTuber, but I've never seen his VTuber avatar before. Because he normally just has the game on screen and not anything about himself. But he'll do like graphics of the characters or the Pokemon that are really important in that particular episode, whereas I just screenshot some part of the game that's like important. Slap a reaction style face on it. And I'm like, there you go. But otherwise, the whole like logo, the episode, and then the number, I stole from Hero Voltsy. So, you're welcome. Okay, so I made 21 eagle heads so far. It's not great, but it's something. With everyone, we're getting closer, you know. And then for the past hour, I took a little bit, it's been an hour. I took a little bit of a break to put all of the books that I am getting rid of so far onto Pango Books. So I listed those. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in that sort of thing, seeing what books I am selling, giving away for monetary means. It's like $5 a book, depending. It's like $5 for paperbacks, $10 for hardcovers, and then some in between if I'm like, it's a hardcover, but it's kind of messed up, so like $7, I don't know. Though by the time that you're seeing this, and at the rate that I'm editing videos, it's gonna be like a month after I'm recording this. So what is still left up there, whether or not they're still the same price, who knows? I'm thinking that like after a month I would put them down to like half of what I put them up for. And then if they don't sell after a month after that, then I will try to hunt down some little free libraries and just shove them in there so people can have them for free. There is a bookstore near me that buys books, but I don't like them because the owner... I've been in there a couple of times. The first time that I was in there, I had asked because she had book like 2 and 3 in a series, but not book 1. And I had looked all over in the shelves, but I couldn't find book 1. So I was like, hey, by the way, do you happen to know if you have book 1? And she gave me some sass about like, what, you think I just have it in the back? No, I'm thinking I'm blind, and it's really weird that you have books 2 and 3, but not 1. Like, do you have a system that tells you your inventory or not? And then the second time that I was in there, she was getting like her AC fixed or something like that, which totally fine. Hey, listen, you gotta do that at some point. But she was very loudly complaining to the AC guy that the business next door to hers had this really smelly, intense incense, you know, or something like that. And just the way that she was complaining, I don't even know what business is next door to hers, because I never pay attention to it, but the way that she was complaining was like, this is definitely racially motivated, and not that you actually care. Plus also, like, I've never smelled anything in the store. I don't know. She just gives off bad vibes, so I don't go there anymore. So, not an option. And the next bookstore, just by the way, because not every bookstore you can just give your books to and they'll give you money for them. The next bookstore, which is around 30 minutes away, is very like World War II oriented. Most of the store is World War II stuff. And there's like this one tiny shelf for things that I'm interested in. And also the guy's just kind of, I don't know how to describe him without being mean. He is his own person. And he knows what he likes. And he's very not afraid to like what he likes. And then the only other bookstore besides that is an hour away, so not a lot of choices here. Listen, I put them online. Okay, so it has been a while since I talked to you guys. I didn't record anything yesterday. I just didn't find anything interesting to record. I was making the Eagles, watching videos, the same thing that like you have been seeing and you will be seeing. So didn't do anything. Last night I was really excited to play some Pokemon, so I did. I stopped playing at 2, and then I really wanted the video to go up like that night. So I stayed up until 3 getting the video uploaded and making the thumbnail and all that, a lot of that's just waiting for it to like process and get uploaded and stuff. But still, I was up until 3. And so I woke up today a bit tired. And I have been so far editing those videos, like recordings and stuff, into smaller bite-sized segments for people. I have like 5 days worth of edits that I just did. Insane. And I still have one more, possibly 2, not 100% sure, to do after this one, but I'm getting a little bit of a headache, and like I said, I'm tired. I was vaguely thinking about taking a nap, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna keep working on this. Anyway, it's currently almost 4. And I just fairly recently got an order from my store. Yippee! And I wanted to chat with you guys about it because it means I have to put the Eagles down to start working on this. But also, I just think it's really funny. The person who ordered this has ordered from my store before and also watches this channel because they keep using my discount code for this channel to buy things. So, hey, how are you? And in their previous order, they had gotten 2 dinosaurs that had like specific colors to them, because you can choose whatever colors that you want. And I remember saying when I was making them that I really like being able to guess what the colors mean, because it could be that like it's just your favorite colors, or it could be that it means something in particular. And the way that I had guessed it was that it was probably some sort of sports team. I don't know that much about sports, but the colors just screamed sports to me. So anyway, this order that I just got, one of the things is in putting the colors, they put white and then a very specific shade of blue for a sports team. Like right then and there put like sports team name blue, and then in parentheses put like, this is kind of what the blue looks like, which I absolutely incredible. 1, I love that I'm right and that these are sports teams. But then 2, really helpful because, like I've said, I don't know anything about sports. And so I don't know what colors are supposed to be for what. So 1, in naming the sports team, I can look it up myself. But then also, like, putting in parentheses, kind of like, oh, either royal blue or, I forget the other one, navy, I think was said, royal blue or navy. Like, okay, that's a really good description. I might have, like, both. So I'm kind of debating which one I should use. I'll have to look at the team and kind of see, because navy's a touch darker than royal blue. But still, like, incredible that I'm just really happy that they are sports teams. And also that the colors are so perfectly described that I know what I'm doing. So I'm about to hop into that. I'm waiting for this final video to finish uploading. It has like 3 minutes left. And then I'll start working on that. Not my plan for the day, but I have a headache, so not much else that I can do. I can also tell you guys, I went to the library. I brought back Onyx Storm, because like I said, it was a little too similar to the other 2 books, just the same plot over and over again, and I'm like, I don't care, I just want to know what happened to this one character. But then I got that spoiler that nothing happens, so what's the point? I got the next book that I am going to be reading, which is House of Sky and Breath. I don't know what any of the houses are. This is the sequel to House of Earth and Blood, which I read recently. So I am excited to get into this. This is also the one that, like, I know a scene, and in fact I was looking for it last night to see where exactly it was. It is the beginning of chapter 3 that I knew about before I even started this series. and a big reason why I wanted to read the series. So I'm excited to get into this, but also, like, because it's a library book, you never really expect for them to be perfect quality, because so many people have read them. You know, sometimes mistakes happen, and especially with a book series like this, Sarah J. Maas in general is huge as an author. Like, so many people, hugely popular, so many people have read her books. This one has been read so much that the cover is coming off of the pages. They had to, like, tape it down here, and then also in the back it's not taped down. I mean, it kind of is, but it needs to be taped better. Like, we're losing it. So it's just very interesting when you get a book and you see, like, how, not necessarily like damaged, but how used it is, how well loved it is. So I am excited to hop into this, but not right now. I'm gonna start crocheting some dinosaurs and try to see if I can get rid of this headache, because I want to play more games tonight, even though, like, I have a lot of videos for the main channel. I don't need to be playing more games, but also I want to see how many I can, like, get done. Okay, updates, because I just heard the mail truck come and I was excited. I got buttons, CFP, so I can finally finish my sweater, take pictures of it, put it on the store, get people buying it. I'm really excited for the sweater. Here's what they look like, by the way. Interesting feeling. They have like poly on them or something, and so they feel kind of smoother than I was expecting. Anyway, button. I'm excited. I wanted them to be like brown wooden. I thought that that would look good. Alright, so I got a pack of 100. It was only like $8 for a pack of 100, so not terrible. Small update on the crocheting process, because I need to use white yarn for this dinosaur project. But I was currently using white yarn for an eagle head, so I have to finish the eagle head before I can even work on that, and I have not worked very long on it. Like I said, heard the mail truck, got excited. So, yeah, I think that's everything, so I'm gonna get back to crocheting and start working on these dinos. Okay, small update, because it has been a couple of hours, even though I know it doesn't look like it because I'm in the exact same place. I have gotten up. I ate dinner. Incredible. I am working on this dinosaur and I'm really liking it so far, so I just wanted to share with the class. I've done the head, but I just really like this blue with the white. Like, I don't know what it is specifically. I just really like this color scheme. So I'm super excited about that. I'm excited to see when it is all done and completed. In bad news, I have the pattern for making these on my laptop, but because I already have a headache from staring at my screen for so long, both in playing games last night until 3 a.m. and then also today editing a bunch of videos, it's difficult to look at my laptop screen because it's giving me a headache. Like right now, I am hit currently with such a big wave of nausea, even with having it in the corner of my vision, and maybe also like this little camera screen, you know, like it's really messing with me right now. So I think that I need to put this down, because like I can't make this without looking at the pattern, but I can't look at the pattern because it's on a screen. Which is really unfortunate, because what am I gonna do? I guess read my book, honestly. I just I hate when I have a headache like this that is because of screens, because so much of what I do is on screens that it then feels like I can't do anything, you know? And I've said this before, but I'll probably say it again in the future as well. I base so much of my own self-confidence and like who I am as a person on productivity and just like constantly doing things, getting things done, even if I complain about it, you know, like this is gonna take so long. When I like complete a task, you know, it's like you look back and you're like, wow, I did that. Let's do something else too. And so moments where I can't work on things always just makes me feel terrible. But I literally, I think I have to throw in the towel for tonight because it's not going great right now. And it's only gotten worse since the last time that I talked to you guys, so. I can't even watch anything, you know? I was watching people play Pokemon games. I can't even do that. I just gotta sit here and read my book. Update. Reading my book makes my head hurt too. Okay, so I have a bunch of little mini updates to share with you, so we're gonna go through those real quick. It is currently Monday, September 15th at 3:30-ish p.m. I have been working on crocheting so far, and I'll show you that in a little bit, but let's kind of go chronological order here. So last night I wasn't feeling well. I decided I wasn't going to take a shower and I was just gonna bed rot, basically. So my hair is still a little bit gross and grody. So just, you know, ignore that. But yeah, I mean, I did pretty much nothing last night because I had a headache. So I couldn't read my book. I ended up reading like 10 pages just to struggle through it. But it was difficult with a headache. Don't recommend. I couldn't do anything on a computer. I couldn't do anything on my phone. So I just laid there and stared at the ceiling, basically, until I got tired enough to go to bed. Yippee. Then today, I've been crocheting so far. So I finished this one. I just have to sew the arms and legs and tail on, but all the parts of it are done. But I wanted to show you because I do really like these colors together. I think they're really pretty, so excited about that. And then I wasn't sure about the opposite because one is supposed to be white and blue and the other is supposed to be blue and white. And I was like, I don't know, I'm really liking the white and blue. I don't know how blue and white is going to compare. I'm really liking this so far too. I don't think that I could choose a favorite, but this is all that I have gotten so far before I was like, I need a break, I need to go do something else. So I was scheduling a couple of like TikTok posts that I have needed to schedule for a little bit. So there those were. And then I was checking on the tracking of my book boxes that I ordered earlier in this vlog. Also, I should tell you that I found out about a third book box, which is only romance fantasy. I was looking into it to like debate, should I try out this box too? Supposedly it is a subset of Book of the Month, which is one of the book boxes that I got, the one that I've had before, so like I know them. Generally, you know the quality of the book, know what to expect, but apparently all of these books that are in this box as well have sprayed edges. I don't really care for sprayed edges, and I don't know that I own one that has sprayed edges, so I can show you just in case you don't know what sprayed edges look like. But some people go crazy for it, so you know, off to the side. If you like sprayed edges, this book box has sprayed edges. I forget what it's called, like Allurial or something like that. Allurial. You get your first box for $10. But the thing that I found is that every box after that is close to $30. I think it was like $28, $29, something like that. And like we said before, with fantasy books these days being $20 to $30, I just personally don't really find that to be worth it. So I ended up deciding not to go through with it, because let's say that I get one book and then I end up really liking it. I'm not going to continue on with the subscription because every box is $30. I could just go out and buy the book myself, I guess. So, kind of upsetting, but anyway, like I was going to say, I was checking on my book subscription boxes to see when they were going to come. The Book of the Month Club box says that it is arriving tomorrow by 9, so we'll see about that. And then the Aardvark doesn't say a specific time, but it does say that it is an hour and a half away. A town I didn't even know existed, but I looked it up and it's like an hour and a half away. So it should be here either tomorrow or the next day. Unfortunately, we won't see me receiving those boxes in this vlog because it's currently Monday and today's the day that I need to end this vlog. Not just yet, just today in general. So we will save that. I'm debating making a separate video solely about these book boxes, kind of like opening them up, showing you what they're about. Like I said, I already know Book of the Month Club and how they do their boxes. Aardvark is something new that I'm excited to try, but it's like different. But I'm thinking of recording a video where we go through all of the things together, what the boxes are priced, how long it took to get to my house. I mean, it's going to kind of change depending on where you live, but just kind of a general estimate of how that goes, and then maybe I'll read all the books and tell you whether or not I like them, so you can kind of see like if the picks are good. I have plans. I think the video is going to be cool, but that won't be for a little while, because first I have to receive them, then I have to read the books. It's going to be a whole thing. And I think that's all. I feel like I had something else to say, but I can't remember what it is. I've just been sitting here watching some Pokemon playthroughs, like I said before, some of Voltzy's videos. He's been annoying me a little bit today. I've said before how I have a love-hate relationship with his videos, because I really love being introduced to new Pokemon fan games, or ROM hacks, and seeing all the different options there are out there, but the specific way that Voltzy plays, where he doesn't collect all of the Pokemon, and then also sometimes he just makes really stupid mistakes in battle. I do the same thing. Listen, I'm not perfect at Pokemon battles, but sometimes it's just like, why are you doing this? And then he'll go and he'll do it like over and over and over. It's me. I have the same problems. So he has been annoying me a little bit today, but I have added every single one of his videos since the last time that I watched his videos into my watch later. And then I calculated how many hours of footage that is for me to watch. And it's been 11 months since I last watched his videos. That is 223 hours worth of videos. So I will not be completing those anytime soon, but it's fun, exciting. There's one in particular that he's playing right now that I'm like, not right now, it was 11 months ago, that I'm like, damn, this is really cool. I kind of want to play it on my channel, so we'll see in the future whether or not I do it. I'll probably wait a few months so I can kind of forget about it, because if I'm going to be watching him play it, I don't want to then remember everything when I play it. Anyway, all that being said, I am going to take a little break for another like 30 minutes, find something to do, and then I'm going to get back to crocheting this dino. We'll also see later today about me sewing on the buttons to my jacket. I probably won't get around to taking the pictures and posting it online today, but we'll see whether or not I do that later today. Okay, so I just figured out this concept. I was on TikTok. I know, crazy, me not doing my work, wild. I was on TikTok and somebody had posted like the concept of birthday Pokemon, where you just put like your birthday, figure out what Pokemon number that is, and that's your birthday Pokemon. which I was looking it up just to see. There are currently 1,025 Pokemon. So if you were born October 26th or later, I guess you just don't have one because they didn't make that many Pokemon. You're born in December, too bad, you really gotta wait. However, I was born before October 26th. So we're gonna do a live reaction as I figure out what my birthday Pokemon is, because I got really excited for it for some reason. So I am typing in Pokemon 1015. Which is, oh no! This is horrendous, actually. We have to scrap this entire idea. Birthday Pokemon don't exist. I lied. I was so excited. What do you mean it's the fucking monkey? Okay, so I have switched over to reading because I'm trying to be better at, like, just not crocheting all the time, you know, taking little breaks to read books and actually do my hobbies, if that makes sense. But I was just thinking, I do actually have one whole book that has sprayed edges, you know, from our conversation earlier about how that one book box, you could get books with sprayed edges, but I don't care about books with sprayed edges. This one was actually from a blind date with a book. So, like, I didn't know what book I was buying. And it just so happened to come with sprayed edges, but I didn't know. It was, like, literally wrapped in paper. Like, I had no idea what the book was going to be. But I do have one book that has sprayed edges. So here's the book. This is what it's like. And as you can see, the edges are all different colors. Ooh, exciting. So that's what I mean when I say sprayed edges, if you've never heard of that before. This is what it looks like. I don't really care either way, if it has sprayed edges, if it doesn't, but people go crazy over it, so good for you if you like that sort of thing. I don't care. So I was telling my mom a little bit ago that I need to record tonight, but I kind of just want to watch other people play video games instead, you know? And I was like, technically speaking, I have videos going up on my channel until Friday. And it's currently Monday night, so, like, I don't need to record tonight, right? Like, I do have the other channel where it's all the unedited recordings, but on the main gaming channel, which are the edited videos, I'm good until Friday. And she agreed with me that I should just watch people play games instead of playing games myself tonight. So, in conclusion, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm also going to go ahead and end this video here because it's Monday night. I'm just going to be sitting on my computer, you know? What are you gonna watch? Me? Sitting here? On my laptop? That's weird. And I need to end this video by tomorrow. Like by midnight tonight anyway, so might as well just end this here. But I'm trying to decide the next video that I record what I want it to be, because I am just starting this. I haven't told you anything about it because I've been thinking about this for a while of, well, if I start telling you about this and then I start another weekly vlog next week, it's gonna be weird because we're gonna be like halfway through, not literally, I just started it, but we're gonna be like halfway through a book, you know? I kind of want it to all be contained. And then also with me getting those book boxes tomorrow-ish, and I want to do a separate video for those, I'm kind of thinking that the next videos that I record, one of them is just going to be me reading this book, because it's 800 pages, it's going to take me a while, so that's probably a video all by itself, and then one of me with those book boxes, and then after that we'll see about another weekly vlog. I don't know, It all kind of depends on what I'm doing, you know? Because if I have a task that I'm doing that does well as its own video, like, it makes sense to have it as its own video. But when I don't know what I'm doing, I don't have any tasks in particular that I want to show off, it's a weekly vlog. I don't know what I'm doing, but you're not going to know either, so let's sit through it together and see what we accomplish this week, you know? But all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually end this vlog here. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed my little ramblings throughout the week. Hope you enjoyed seeing what I get up to in a week. And I will see you in the next video where, like I said, I'm going to be reading House of Sky and Breath. I'll try to do a non-spoilery reading vlog of this. Though that's going to be kind of weird if it's just this book. But I'm trying not to be spoilery. I'm still thinking about it, but I'll see you in that video for this.